Okay, share this video with somebody that you know. If you guys are watching from TikTok, hi, welcome. Make sure that you also hop on my email list because TikTok, they're talking about getting rid of it again. Okay, I think the date is April 5th. All right, so let's talk about huge fibroids. Do you have a huge fibroid? Okay, it's the topic I want to talk about today. How does that happen? How do we avoid this? Really important topic. Really important topic because I'm getting so many messages. Hi, Marsh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm getting so many messages of women that are dealing with very large fibroids. Also, and when I say large, I mean anything over 8 centimeters. Yes, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you, Marsh. Yes, if you're watching from YouTube. Hey, Jessica. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm getting so many messages of women that are, for years now, I've been getting messages from women that are dealing with large fibroids. I've helped many women get rid of, shrink, and dissolve large fibroids. So I know a thing or two. I used to also have a large fibroids. I know a thing or two about large fibroids, and also too, when we say large fibroid, let me start out with that. I mean anything over 8 centimeters. If it's 5 and up, it's getting there. It's getting there, and fibroids can grow pretty big. There's women that have started out with 2-centimeter fibroids, and now their fibroids are, 12 centimeters or 15 centimeters, even 20 centimeters. So fibroids get pretty big, okay, when we allow that to happen. So we're going to talk about how does it happen, how do fibroids grow so fast, and how to avoid it. And why so many women are dealing with these larger fibroids. I did a video one time where there was a video of, it was a picture of a surgeon, two surgeons taking out a large watermelon-sized fibroid from a woman. And I was saying that that's not unheard of, that's not uncommon, that's actually more common than a lot of people think, okay? Because when I showed that picture, people were like, oh my God, they were shocked. But a lot of women are walking around with extremely large fibroids, okay? So, I remember that photo, I almost screamed when I saw that. Yes, it's it's sad, Jessica, it's actually very common, okay? So welcome on here, ladies. Thank you, like the video. Let's get more women on here. If you have fibroids, if you're currently dealing with fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. If you're watching from YouTube, put a 1 in the chat as well, okay? Really, really important. So, because a lot of people don't know that this can happen. Your fibroids can get that large, okay? So I want you guys to know that it's not just something that happens to some women. If you continue to feed a fibroid, if you're continuing to do things that are feeding a fibroid, your fibroid will get larger and larger and larger, okay? And a lot of women don't know that they're participating in daily things. Their daily lifestyle literally is growing the fibroid, okay? So we have 1 in the chat. Welcome. If you're on YouTube, welcome. YouTube, make sure that you click the like button, click the thumbs up button, so we can share. More women can also find this video, okay? If you're watching from TikTok, put a 1 in the chat. And remember, TikTok, they're talking about cutting off TikTok on the 5th of, April? So if you're watching from TikTok, get on my email list. Click the link in my bio, get on my email list so that you can also, when I switch fully to YouTube, you will know, okay? So I always tell my email list when I'm going live. All right. So we only have 1 person on TikTok that has fibroids here. Okay. Okay. So I guess everybody just here just watching. Okay. But anyway, type on the screen. Okay. So nobody else has fibroids here. Okay. So we have a couple. Okay. No problem. So for those that are new, if you're watching me for the first time, let me know in the chat where you're watching from. I would love to know. Let me know in the chat where you guys are watching from. Okay. Thank you. YouTube. YouTube is talking back. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If you're watching me for the first time on YouTube, or if you're watching me for the first time on Arizona. Okay, welcome. Hey, welcome, Sharon. If you're watching me for the first time on TikTok, North Carolina, welcome. Welcome, Renee. I don't think you're watching me for the first time, but welcome back. Hit the like button, or yes, hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button, ladies. It's free. It's free, okay? So I asked where somebody was from. Somebody said TikTok. Okay. I mean, where you're watching from, where city, state. I'm here from Pearland, Texas. Okay, Pearland, Texas. I'm sorry, first time on YouTube. Welcome, Mrs. Maya. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm happy the algorithm was able to show you this video. North Carolina, welcome. Okay, welcome, Colorado. Welcome, ladies. So I'm live on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, TikTok, it won't be around for that long. Okay, they talk about cutting it off, so you guys come over on YouTube. Okay, or at least click the link in my bio, join the email list, so that you'll know when I'm going, when I'm fully just on YouTube. Okay, now let's talk about it. For those that are new, watching me for the first time, hi, welcome. So happy that you're here. My name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist. And what I do is I help women who have fibroids, I help women who have endometriosis, PCOS, ovarian cysts, and other reproductive health issues. I help women get to the root cause of these issues, of their womb issues, of their hormonal issues, and dissolve fibroids, dissolve cysts, dissolve endometriosis from the roots, okay? So I've helped over the years, through my courses, through my programs, through clients actually working with me, I've helped hundreds of women over the years get rid of fibroids, not just shrink their fibroids, but a lot of them have gotten rid of their fibroids. Get rid of endometriosis, yes. Adenomyosis, okay, ovarian cyst, even be able to become fertile after years of infertility, be able to have children after years of infertility. So my receipt list is very long. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. So for those that are, just for those that are you that are new, okay? And if you are new, be sure to look at the testimonials. I have some pinned posts on TikTok. I also have lots of testimonials. If you scroll down on YouTube, my community tab list, community post list. So I do a lot here, okay? I help women get their lives back. Women that have been suffering with fibroids, mostly it's fibroids, but endometriosis as well, PCOS, these reproductive health issues that literally can just shackle you and just, really present so many issues in your life, whether it's the symptoms, whether it's just, because when you have these reproductive health issues, ladies, they affect not just you physically, they affect like your hormones, they affect so many of your bodily functions, right? People just look at these issues as very surface level, and it's a lot deeper than that, okay? So we know we have fibroids, we also have hormonal imbalances, we also have tons of toxins in the body. We have a lot going on. We also have a lymphatic system that's sluggish, a liver that's not getting rid of toxins like the way it's supposed to, right? That's not working efficiently. So a lot of our bodily processes are backed up, are sluggish, right? Which lower our immunity as well. So this is why you start off with the fibroids, as they start growing bigger, you see your periods get a lot heavier and a lot more painful, longer a lot of times too, or irregular, right? You start seeing, right, you start being anemic. You start, having a lot of women, they get severe anemia the longer they have fibroids, right? They start bleeding more. They start, they notice that their digestion is not the way it used to be, right? They're always bloated. So it's a lot that goes along with fibroids, right? They get sick easier as well, okay? So it really is, a lot of women look at fibroids very surface level. They don't know that, listen, when you have fibroids, when you have these reproductive health issues, your body's also compromised. We're dealing with, hormonal imbalances. So there's so many other health issues that can become a result, like that can happen as a result of fibroids. So many other different health issues. Yes, if you're on TikTok, make sure that you also get on my email list as well, because TikTok, they're talking about getting rid of it on the 5th of April. So they may be serious this time. So if you guys want to continue watching me or watching my content, watch me from YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can do so as well by clicking the link in my bio. You'll see the YouTube symbol, Sasha Rosa, just come on straight there. So you will have access to that as well. Now, contrary to popular belief, ladies, if you have, let me know in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. If you have a huge fibroid, put a 1 in the chat. And when I say huge, I mean over 8 centimeters, okay? Don't be ashamed, because listen, if you feel comfortable, put a 1 in the chat if you're currently dealing with a fibroid that's larger than 8 centimeters, okay? Okay, so we have some 1s on YouTube. Anybody on TikTok? If you're dealing with a fibroid or multiple fibroids, even if you have multiple fibroids that are like both 5 centimeters, that is pretty huge. I have a huge, okay, Sai, you're in the right place, because we don't want to grow another one, because that tends to, if you don't get to the root cause of fibroids, they keep growing back after surgery. That's why I do not recommend surgery with 8 others. Okay. So I'm happy that you're here, because, and this is what I told women that had surgery, You can, because you have not dealt with the root causes, this is why women easily grow fibroids back after they have surgery. That's why I don't recommend surgery. But if you've already had it, then you have to still get to the root of the issue. You still have to take care of the hormonal imbalances, the toxins, the waste. You still have to strengthen your lymphatic system, your liver. You still have to, in a sense, remove the things that are causing fibroids. You still have to get to the root of it, right? If not, the fibroids will regrow. And for a lot of people, they regrow very quickly. Surgery to remove an 8-pound fibroid, then more grew back. Ooh, Shay, I'm so sorry. 8 pounds, wow. I'm sorry, Shay, I'm giving you a virtual hug because that is crazy, right? That is crazy. And you just by that comment, you proved my point. As far as fibroids, they will grow back, ladies, when we don't get to the root of the issue. So I'm happy that you're here. Make sure that you're following me. All of you ladies that have fibroids, follow me and also get on my email list, okay? Click the link in my bio, jump on that email list, okay? So fibroids do not appear out of the blue. They don't appear overnight. They don't. They're spent years developing. There were many years that your hormones were out of balance because that leads to fibroids, ladies, if you don't know that. Right? That leads to reproductive health issues. So if your hormones and let me know in the chat, put a one in the chat if this is you. If you had years where you were, I don't know why this helicopter just flying around sorry, I'm just watching it like, what the hell? What's going on? They looking for somebody? But anyway, this fibroid spent years developing. So with women, it tends to start off as their period. Their period is off, you start bleeding heavier, right? Maybe longer, you start becoming anemic. That's how it starts with a lot of women. Or maybe your stomach is you're getting more bloated, you're getting cramps. All of these things, your body was showing you that, because unfortunately, a lot of women are disconnected from their bodies. They don't really know what's going on. Majority of women, I've been doing this for a long time, majority of women do not understand and know their bodies. That's why they're always going to doctor's appointments, right? And I'm not saying don't go, but you need to understand what's going on in your body because they're not going to really tell you because they're not looking at, doctors don't prevent issues from happening. They don't prevent fibroids. As you can see, that's why so many women have fibroids. So if you're not doing things to prevent that, if you have hormonal imbalances like heavy bleeding, cramps, brown blood, these are signs that your body's out of balance. If you're bleeding for a long period of time, more than 3 to 4 days, you should not be bleeding for that long. If you're dealing with hormonal imbalances, these are estrogen dominant signs your body's out of balance, right? So, shedding hair, things like that, hair on your chin, right? If you're dealing with that, you want to get ahead of it. You want to start rebalancing your hormones so that it doesn't turn into something worse. So let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have fibroids, if you have or any reproductive health issue, and you saw for many years you saw the symptoms of it, but you just didn't know. So whether it was heavy bleeding, it was cramps, it was because some women tell me that they did not have symptoms, and when I asked them deeper questions, they had symptoms. They just didn't know that they were symptoms. You just didn't know that they were symptoms. Okay. So put a 1 in the chat if you saw the signs there, the heavy bleeding, you saw the anemia, you saw the cramps, you saw the bloating, you saw the brown blood on your cycle, they maybe spot ovulation pain. These are signs. I had cramps and brown blood. Okay, back pain. Okay, I have all. Okay, so you guys saw the signs beforehand. Okay, I thought it was just iron deficiency. Yes. Because we're not educated properly by doctors. We're just not, unfortunately. They're in the business to diagnose and to treat, not to prevent, not to get to the root cause of the issue, okay? So unfortunately, we gotta do that on our own, right? We're responsible for doing that. I hit my chin, I had a heavy bleeding, I started steaming, okay. Bladder and bowel compression issues, yes, that's another thing that fibroids will do, especially as they get bigger. I did that 13 years and I would even faint on my cycles. You know what, Mrs. Maya? A lot of women, I'm happy that you said that. A lot of women, since they had their first period, they've noticed hormonal issues since their first period. So if you had your first period, you can remember it was always heavy. It was always was vomiting. Some girls will vomit. If you would notice cramps, maybe you couldn't go to school sometimes. If you would notice that you were constantly changing your pad, your tampon, being diagnosed with adenomyosis and fibroids. Okay, yeah, And fibroids, when you develop fibroids, a lot of times women develop other reproductive health issues too. Because it's, like I said, when you have, like I always said, it's under the branch of, okay, so think of a tree, right? Think of a tree, and the tree is estrogen dominance. And the branch, one of the branches is fibroids, another branch is thyroid issues, another branch is endometriosis. So from the branches, there's so many health issues that can occur. That's why it's so important to get to the root cause of fibroids, okay? I'm eating ice now, I can't help it, even though I'm taking vitamins. Okay, so you have to get, we have to really get out of the state of iron deficiency. We have to, you know, up our iron levels, right? And I know that was me before too, eating ice all day, couldn't help it. And all the iron pills they would give me would not work. But it's all about getting your body to the point where it can absorb iron. I have the worst cycle since my first period. Only pills work. Now I use juices and herbs. Yeah, I used to do that to, you know, do the Motrin and all that stuff, the painkillers and all. Yeah, been there. So I want you guys to know that your body was showing you signs for many years, right? For a lot of women, your body was showing you signs that it was out of balance. It's so important for you to recognize these signs. So when you do get to the point where you're healed, you're fibroid free, which I know all of you will get there, okay? If you do the work, you will get there naturally. Then you want to recognize any type of signs. You can't just wait for a doctor to tell you that you have something. You have to recognize the signs within you. That is so important, okay? What is the solution? What do you mean? Solution for what? The solution is you get to the root cause of the problem, okay? I have thyroid issues with a size 3 fibroid. Yeah, thyroid issues and fibroids go hand in hand. Yes, I'm claiming it. Yes, I know that's right. So estrogen dominance. When I say estrogen dominance, women automatically think it's only high estrogen. No, it also means very low progesterone, okay? Estrogen dominance is not even just the sex hormones being out of balance. There's a series of hormones that are out of balance when we're dealing with estrogen dominance. And if you have fibroids, adenomyosis, thyroid issues, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, PCOS, majority of, like, you are estrogen dominant. Unfortunately, a lot of women have been estrogen dominant since they were a teenager, right? Because a lot of us are getting past toxins from our parents and toxins. That's a whole nother conversation, right? But because of how society is now, the food, the lifestyle, it's unfortunately, it's becoming more and more common. Estrogen dominance, okay? So you have to realize that and know that and understand, listen, I cannot continue to live the lifestyle that I was living before if I want to get rid of my fibroids. I have to start making changes, okay? And so another thing that's going to contribute to larger fibroids are lifestyle habits, very poor lifestyle habits, from stress, which a lot of women do not manage stress appropriately. This is why nothing grows fibroids faster than stress. Nothing. And if you look at when you develop fibroids, right, or when they grew the most, and let me know in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you guys see this in your life. Your fibroids more than likely develop after a very stressful period of your life. Okay, whether it was a loss, whether it was a bad breakup, whether it was, you know, just finishing up nursing school, or more than likely it was after a very stressful period in your life. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if that was you. Okay, and you probably noticed that they grew the most during a very stressful time in your life. That in itself shows you that stress is one of the huge fibroid triggers. That's one. Another poor lifestyle habit is mine grew several centimeters in a year, the most stressful year of my life. You see, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. Yeah, see, listen, stress grows fibroids, and it's not necessarily the stress it's actually how we handle it. That too. And also, if we've been living a poor lifestyle before that, which most people have, when the stress comes, it's almost like a triple effect, right? Because we were already out of balance, and then we're adding on to that heavy loads of stress. The body can't handle that. Right? And it's like all of a sudden the tumor just grows from 2 centimeters to 10 centimeters. Sai, you prove my point. That's how fast these things can grow. Okay? 18 centimeters submucosal fibroid, giving up hope. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Have you tried to shrink and dissolve your fibroid? Don't give up hope. From 14 to 18, have you attempted to shrink your fibroid and get rid of it? Do not give up hope, because I had somebody that took my course with a 20 centimeter fibroid. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to post it on my stories again. And she has the picture of where you can see the fibroid literally poking out. And 1 month of using the course, of everything that she learned in the course, like doing everything she learned in the course, just 1 month, you can see it start to dissolve. You can see the difference in the pictures. And I'm like, 1 month, she has a 20 centimeter fibroid, okay? She's a 20 centimeter fibroid, 18 to 13 in 1 year. Okay, good. Okay, so definitely it grew the most the past year when I moved cities and had to plan my wedding. Well, congratulations. I was so happy, but I also stressed, a lot of heightened emotion. And planning a wedding is stressful, I can imagine. And moving is stressful. So I'm so sorry. Well, congratulations. Now we gotta get you fibroid free, honey, okay? We gotta get you fibroid free, okay? So diet too. Let's move on to diet, okay? Let's move on to diet. If you do, listen, you're never out of options. You're never out of options. And this is not even just about fibroids, this is about everything in life. You're never out of options. So don't even think that way, right? I'm sending you positive vibes, positive energies. We don't even want to take on that, right? You're never, and I felt this when I had fibroids, I felt this way too. So I get it. I get it. You're talking to somebody that had large fibroids not once but twice. I have my whole story on YouTube. That's why I say y'all need to be on my YouTube channel. I think I recorded that video, my fibroid story, December 2023, around there. So if you guys haven't watched it, scroll down and watch it. It's a really good video, okay? And if you're on my email list, it will send it to you directly. So get on my email list as well. If you can click the link in my bio to get on my email list. I want to say, and you guys, I do have a free download. I forgot to mention that. I have a free download that is Essential Womb Healing Checklist, okay? For those of you that are interested, thank you for all your help, all positive vibes. You're welcome, Lydia. I do have a free download, okay? So it's a complimentary download. If you're on YouTube, the link is in my description box. And if you are watching on TikTok, it's in my email. It's called the Essential Womb Checklist, Healing Checklist. And then it's like the 7 key areas you want to focus on in order to have a healthy menstrual cycle, in order to have a fibroid-free life, okay? The 7 areas so get that download. It's really good, okay? Now, stress. Also, diet. If you are, listen, put a 1 in the chat. If you know your diet's not the best, don't be shy. Put a 1 in the chat, because listen, a bad diet, processed foods, right? Dairy, caffeine, alcohol, these things grow fibroids. These things cause more of toxins to occur in the body. These things are not good for our organs, right? So we have to eat more from the earth. We have to eat more natural foods if we're really serious about getting rid of fibroids. There's more to be done, but we have to start nourishing our bodies. Okay, I see some ones on YouTube, TikTok. Put a 1 in the chat. I know, don't be shy if you know your diet is not the best. If you know, and there's some women that would tell me, and I've had clients like this too, that would say, my diet's not that bad. But then when I really dig deep, we start asking questions. Okay, what does your diet look like? They eating out, they doing this, they doing that. Their diet is that bad, right? So I changed my diet and lost some weight. I'm like 129 pounds now. Okay. So, and I know that sometimes when women would change their diet, they do lose a lot of weight. So you have to do it in a way where it's not gonna, I've been working on it since the surgery, lots of dairy and coffee. Yes, please work harder. Work harder, yes. Dairy, coffee, those fibroids love those things, unfortunately, right? And I used to be addicted to dairy too, red meat, all this stuff. I had to cut it all off. And I don't miss any of it because I love the way I feel now, okay? So now life is gonna get real boring for me now, but health is wealth. It's not gonna get boring. Listen, you're talking about somebody that grew up on the worst foods for fibroids. Like literally, my diet was trash. And if I was able to change my diet, anybody can do it, right? And it's all about you recreating those favorite meals in a healthier way, and you enjoying the process of we always think about our restrictions and all these foods that we can't eat. But then I want you to change your mindset and say, no, there's a lot of foods that I can eat. Like change your mindset of foods that you can eat. Because guess what? Now that I'm eating healthier, I eat a lot more of a variety than I did before when I was eating unhealthy foods. Because when you guys look at your palate, a lot of times it's just the same old unhealthy stuff, right? There's so many different, you'll be able to become more creative in the kitchen. Like I always tell my clients, make the process fun. Like get in that kitchen, start creating healthier meals and start connecting with, having a connection with your food, not in a toxic way, right? But in a way where you know that it's healing your body, it's nourishing your body. Okay, working with you help. Thank you, Jessica. That's one of my past clients. Working with you helped show me that a healthier diet doesn't have to be boring at all. And let me say this, what are your thoughts on chicken? Listen, avoid, if you did trying to get rid of fibroids, avoid. I cut it out 3 weeks and now I'm wondering if it matters. It's not just cutting out chicken, but if you have fibroids, I'm sorry, there's things that you want to avoid. Right? Because our system is backed up, right? Our digestive system is backed up. So we don't want to eat things that are heavy on the digestive system. That's going to back it up even more, okay? If we're trying to get rid of fibroids and cleanse the body, okay? Also, too, I want to say this too. These are for the women that are not ready to work with me yet, but they want a guideline. They want a system that's going to help them get rid of fibroids. I did just put out, we launched yesterday, yay, our Advanced Fibroid Healing Vaults, okay? This is trainings that will help you through the process of getting rid of fibroids. Let me tell you what's included in the trainings. We have our training on how to dissolve a fibroid belly. And if you've been following me, you know that I've helped many women get rid of their fibroid belly, okay? Go ahead and look at my pin post on TikTok, and go ahead and, if you're on YouTube, go ahead to my community post. So there's how to dissolve a fibroid belly. We also have, I had a Dissolve Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course in January. All the replays from that, taking you through the full process of getting rid of fibroids, the diet, the emotional root causes, all that, the full roadmap is there, right? That's over probably 10 hours of recording, or I can't remember how many, but it's a lot. It's a lot of information in there. We also have how to get rid of anemia. That training is there. Our holistic anemia reversal masterclass that we had last year, that's in there. And more, and also, oh yeah, we have a meal plan in there. The detox, the 7-day fibroid detox meal plan is in there as well. There's other trainings that I can't remember and I put in there as well. But also, oh yeah, I forget the hormone hierarchy, right? Because you have to understand and learn and understand how to balance your hormones in a hierarchical order, right? Because a lot of us are trying to go straight to the sex hormones, and that's not how you balance your hormones, right? So how to get rid of the root causes, how to get to the root of fibroids. It's all there. And this is on pre-sale until Friday's the last day of the pre-sale. It's $300. Friday is the last day, okay? And then after that, these are our high-level trainings. After that, it will be on sale, sold on the site for 5 more days, and that's it. After Friday, it'll be $497. So you're saving, if you get it now, you're saving $197. And then by the 20th of March, it's off the site. So grab it. If you are interested, if you're serious about getting rid of fibroids, getting to the root causes of your fibroids and doing it the correct way, grab it, okay? So so I already answered that. What can you do to not lose so much weight? Because I've lost 100 pounds already. Add in healthy fats and start doing lifting some light weights, right? Add in more meals. Because a lot of times when we change our diet, we're not eating enough. So you have to start eating more meals, start eating, if you're doing salads, if you're doing certain things, adding more stuff to it. Adding healthy fats, avocados, adding some walnuts, adding things like create more hearty meals. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? I've eaten way less red meat in the past month, and my period is way less heavy. I was shocked. There you go. You see it? You see there? Just that one little thing. Just that one, you see? Hold on, I need that. I'm tired of everyone asking me if I'm pregnant. Listen, Angel in Disguise, you know what? I need to start saying this more. I've helped many women dissolve fibroid bellies. Not just dissolve fibroid bellies, get their uteruses back, after having an enlarged uterus, getting their uterus back normal. So many women, so my testimonials are not even just, oh, she helped me get rid of fibroids. No, they're including, my uterus went back to normal size. I no longer have this huge fibroid belly. I no longer have to, wear certain type of clothes, so it's, Okay, so any other, do you guys have any questions? Let's get to the topic though. Let me continue with the topic. But yes, if you guys are interested, check out the Advanced Fibroid Healing Vaults. More information on that, the link is in my bio. If you're watching from YouTube, TikTok, if you're watching from YouTube, the link is in my description box, okay? Are you vegan now? I don't like to say vegan, but I guess the reason like I don't like to say vegan is because vegan like can include soy and include processed stuff. I say plant-based vegan, I guess that's a better way to describe it, but I don't eat anything from an animal. No, I don't. Because as somebody that's had fibroids twice, I can't go back to the same lifestyle that got me to fibroids. So my lifestyle now and when I was dealing with fibroids is 100% different. 100%, all around, right? All around. Do you know about cyst testing ultrasound? Is it worth it? What do you mean? Cyst testing ultrasound. Are you trying to say, is the ultrasound worth it? What do you mean? I'm not sure the question. I'm not sure. Okay, so another thing too, a lot of women are disconnected from their self and disconnected from their womb. Let me know in the chat if that's you. If you feel a disconnection from your womb, that's another thing too that contributes to large fibroids. Because in case you guys don't know, there's not just physical root causes of fibroids, there's also energetic root causes. So a lot of women carry, like, we don't understand that the uterus is also an energetic organ. It's not just, it's a spiritual organ. It's not just a physical organ, okay? So a lot of women have this disconnection. They don't like their uterus because they, as far back as they can remember, with their first period, they've always had issues with their periods. They've always have uterine issues. So it's almost like a hate for the uterus. Like there's a hate for the body. They feel uncomfortable and disconnected from their bodies. And a lot of women carry that, right? That energy, right, alone it causes, it's almost like a disconnection from self. And you will see, and I always say this, what's going on in the womb is a reflection of what's going on in your life. Okay, I know it, I lived it, and I had many clients that can attest to this. So when you have tumors, when you are heavily bleeding, when you are dealing with adenomyosis or cyst, you're gonna see this. How do you see this reflecting your life? Overwhelmed, stressed out, not living in your purpose, right? Somehow, whenever there's an issue with the uterus, there's also blocked creativity. And this can manifest in so many different ways. It could be a woman that's unfulfilled in some area of her life or unfulfilled with her life in general, right? She feels as though she's almost stuck and stagnant in her life. She can't move forward, right? So what's going on in our womb is a representation of what's going on in our life. It's literally reflection. It's a reflection, okay? So tell me if I'm lying. I always say that in every chat. Tell me if I'm lying. I purchased the amazing 5-day live bundle. It gave me a lot of clarity. Yes, and priceless information. Yes, I just need to buckle down and implement it all. Time for me to heal. Listen, so the 5-day live bundle, the 5-day live course, that was Dissolve Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course. And that's included in the fibroid healing, all the replays in the fibroid healing, the Advanced Fibroid Healing Vaults, just FYI, okay? I've been stagnant for a year now. I tell you guys, what's going on in the womb is a reflection of what's going on in your life. I'm not, like, whenever I say this and I say, tell me I'm lying, nobody can tell me I'm lying. It's a reflection. So it's not that we go around hating the uterus, we hating the womb, because we are creating the environment in our bodies for these large tumors to exist. We have to start creating an environment in our body where our body can actually heal, okay? So you see and also too, another thing about fibroids is that we're also dealing with a lot of emotional suppression, okay? Think about all the things that we go through in life, right? These traumas and these things that we've kind of just suppressed, we haven't really processed, and maybe because it's too painful, some of it is too painful to really process but we have to process through it, feel it, and release it, right? In order for it not to take hold of us. So fibroids are like almost represents also like emotional blockages, right? So think of your fibroid as like pain, grief as well, like grief, things that the childhood traumas that you carry, all of these things that have not been dealt with, have not been processed through, have not been released. I did a womb meditation yesterday with my clients, and one of them was like literally in tears. Like that's how a lot of us are holding so much in. We don't even know. We don't even realize that because we're so used to operating in the world and operating in life, holding on to so much, right? And energetically, emotionally, okay? So it's so important for you to have that to start releasing this stuff, right? Start dealing with your stress levels, right? If you want to start with one thing, start journaling. Start there. Start dealing with your stress levels. Start doing more mindful activities. Start meditation, right? Start going out in nature. If you want to start with something, start with that. Okay? So it's important for you to understand, like, you got to start nourishing yourself. You have to start loving on yourself. If you have fibroids, I have a video that's called Fibroids and Self-Love. You have to start loving on yourself and start nourishing yourself. A lot of women will sit there and love on everybody else but neglect themselves. That doesn't make any sense. They will sit there, you do everything for your children, you do everything for your husband, you do everything for your boyfriend, you do everything for everybody else, your co-workers, your boss, everything they ask you to do, you do. You put them first, family members first, but you don't, your pet first. Everybody comes before yourself. You don't nourish yourself, you don't pour into yourself. That's actually deadly. I'm just saying this straight. Hey, Ty, hey. I'm just being real with you. It's deadly for women to do that. You cannot continue living like that. And the fibroids are a representation of you continuously living your life in a way of putting yourself last. They're showing you, fibroids is like it's almost as if you didn't prioritize yourself. You weren't taking care of yourself. So it's really important to start, you got to start taking care of you. Hey, Walletta, hey, welcome to the live. So it's so important that you have to start taking care of you. You got to start taking care of you. So we have to stop ignoring early signs of fibroids. We got to stop ignoring what are some early signs? Like I mentioned earlier, the heavy bleeding. Okay. That's not just, it just runs my family. No, that's a sign. That's an imbalance in the body. Heavy bleeding. If you're bleeding for more than 3 to 4 days, if you are dealing with cramps, if you're dealing with, constipation, if you're dealing with PMS, breast tenderness, these are signs. These are early signs of fibroids. Start recognizing the signs and stop reacting when it's too late, when it's already there, right? Recognize the signs that fibroids are developing, that your hormones are out of balance, and start doing something quickly. Okay, I didn't have a hint of a fibroid until I put myself last. Listen, Ty, I didn't have a hint of a fibroid until I put myself last. If you have fibroids, you've put yourself last. Okay, and you have to stop today. You have to stop today. Okay. You got to stop today. You got to stop putting yourself last. A lot of women don't have boundaries. They don't prioritize themselves. They're last and everybody else is first. You got to stop that. Because really, women are put here on earth to love themselves, but that's a whole other conversation. That's the first person you're supposed to love. Okay? Men are put on earth to love others because they naturally love themselves anyway, right? Women are put on earth because we naturally are so nurturing and we love it. We pour into everybody. We're here to master self-love. A lot of women don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Okay, we're here to master self-love. I'm not saying you can't have you can't love other people. I'm not saying that, but you're supposed to love you more than everybody else. Put yourself that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, you're supposed to pour into yourself. And you see women that don't do that, they come down with sicknesses. They do. They come down. Women that don't love themselves, they don't put themselves first. They're stressed out. Their life is a mess. Right? They're unhappy. Their hormones are out of balance. Like, look at the signs that you're supposed to be putting yourself first. Don't you know that? Stress equals sickness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stress equals sickness. So if you live a stressful life, if you've created a stressful life for yourself, because we're adults, we create our own life, right? You gotta make changes, and you have to start learning how to deal with your stress better. I know that sometimes things happen, right? In life, things happen. It's like, oh my God, but you have to start dealing with things better. You just have to start really nurturing yourself better and deeply. And you can't just be over here just going through the motions and living in autopilot. No, you got to start living and stop living in autopilot. Just bills, work, go to sleep for a few hours, bills, work, and not taking care of yourself. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay? Stop doing that. So there's a risk to ignoring large fibroids. And when I say large, I mean either over 8 centimeters, or if you have if you have multiple fibroids, then you can consider that large too. There's risk to ignoring them. And when I say ignoring them, I mean you're not getting to the root of the issue. You have to get to the root cause of what caused the fibroids to develop. It's not just we do one detox and that's it. No, get to the root cause or the fibroids will just keep developing. It's not about surgery. The fibroids will continue to develop after surgery. Somebody just said that they had a large, shout out to the person that shared this with us. She removed an 8-pound fibroid and more grew back afterwards. Not 8 centimeters, 8 pounds. 8 pounds, right? So you have to, like I said, if you ignore these fibroids, somebody, I think it was Sana that shared with us that her fibroid went from 2 centimeters, I think she said, to 10 in 1 year. If you ignore them, they're just gonna get worse. You can't ignore them and pretend it's not there. I see too many women doing that, okay? So these things for a lot of women cause physical complications. I shared not too long ago about a woman that got a watermelon-sized fibroid removed, right? The surgeons were literally, the fibroid was huge. And I keep saying that's not unheard of. That's not uncommon. That's actually becoming more and more common, right? So large fibroids, if over 8 centimeters, can lead to pain, severe anemia, okay? Urinary and bowel problems, right? You having issues with urination, whether it's frequent urination or you're having issues with making it to the bathroom, yes, because when that fibroid presses on that bladder, then that can create many issues, okay? Same thing, so if it's pressing on the rectal, so it causes issues of like that depending on the location and the size as well. As fibroids grow larger, they start pressing on organs, kidneys, bladder. We don't want that, and causing issues with other organs. We don't want that. So it almost in a sense start to take over your body. If you don't take control of your fibroids and shrink and dissolve them, they take control. They run the ship, and you don't want that to happen because they're gonna wreck everything. This is why as women have fibroids, they know that their body just starts, the longer they have the fibroids, the body just starts deteriorating. The bleeding gets worse, it gets heavier. You start to bleed for more days. The period becomes more irregular. The belly gets bigger. It just like you start having issues with going to the bathroom. It just gets worse and worse and worse. I know because I lived that. You don't want that to be your story. You don't want that to be your story, right? Life is hard enough. You throw fibroids into it, and this is something that we can control. Let me make that very clear. You can dissolve and get rid of fibroids, but you do have to make massive changes in your life. You do have to make massive changes in your life. Everything gets worse over time and becomes a pain in the ass. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. That's my story now. It does. Fibroids gets worse and worse and worse when we don't get to the root of them. When we don't like massively make changes in our life. It messes with the emotion. Yeah, emotionally too. Yes, I was there too. It does, because it's like you can't just be you. You have to plan your life around your cycle. You have to plan your life around the fibroids, right? You can't just live life like everybody else and be free. They almost have shackles on you. Fibroids almost like it's weird. When they take over, and it's like they're running your body. You're not running your body anymore, right? So yeah, they mess with you emotionally. They can get in the way of your sex life, your dating life as well. That's another thing too. Your married life. Like there's a lot of people that have gotten divorces due to fibroids, and they didn't, because of the issues that fibroids cause, the hormonal imbalances. They didn't want to have sex like that. The guy didn't understand, and then boom. So how do you treat it? Yeah, so you don't want to treat fibroids. You want to dissolve and get rid of them. You want to get to the root cause of the problem. Okay. You don't want to treating something means a temporary, like a medication, or that's medical. That's a temporary fix. We don't want to treat anything. We want to get rid of it. And you have to get to the root cause of the problem in order to do that. Okay. Even my nail health is affected. Yeah, because hair, nails, and I started painting in my nails, showing I have deficiency. Yes, absolutely. That's real. That's real. That's iron, right? Your nail health will also be your hair, everything. Okay? It takes over your life. We don't need bandage treatments. We want something to heal and get to the root of the issue, so that you don't have to continue to worry about fibroids coming back every year. Okay? I love the fact that I'm free from fibroids. I had them twice, did the work, that's it. We moving on, okay? We moving on. We can't sit here with fibroids for and be battling fibroids for year after year after year after year after year after year. No, absolutely not, okay? So fibroids also can get in the way of fertility, okay? Can get in the way of fertility. How do you get rid of it? So you want to get to the root cause of the problem. You want to balance your hormones, okay? We have an advanced fibroid healing vault that literally takes you through the entire process. How to get rid of your fibroid belly, how to balance your hormones in the correct way, how to support your hormones in the correct way. Also, what to do if you have anemia. It's a holistic anemia reversal training in there, and many other trainings. A 7-day detox, a fibroid detox meal plan, as well as what else? We have the we have full replays from our Dissolve Fibroids in 2025 5-day live course. The full replays. What is that? Almost 10 hours of trainings that takes you through the entire process of getting rid of fibroids, okay? I just purchased the Healing Vault. This is on pre-sale. I will receive it. You'll receive it on the 15th. So it's officially released on the 15th. Yes. Yay. Okay. So somebody just purchased. Okay, great. You're going to love it. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So Saturday morning, it will be in your inbox, okay? You're going to, exactly. Yes. If you want to get to the roots of fibroids, listen, if I sit here to tell you, it will take hours. We have over 10 hours of training in that vault. It's a full lifestyle, full diet, it's changing. So you want to get to the root cause of the problem. Can you maintain your weight while healing fibroids? You want to add in more healthier fats in your diet. Omega-3s, I talked about, avocados, walnuts, nuts, hemp seeds, right? Bulk up your diet, bulk it up. Does it expire? No, so once you get it, it's yours forever. Once you get the actual healing vault, the advanced fibroid healing vault is yours forever. You have a lifetime access to it. However, we're not selling it for a long time. We're selling it until the 20th of March. That's it. It was launched yesterday, 10 days. That's it, because this is a high level stuff, okay? The pre-sale ends on Friday. So after Friday, it goes up to the regular price of $497. It will be released. Everybody that got it on the pre-sale will get it first thing on Saturday, but during Saturday, it will be its regular price, okay? I'm trying to conceive for 2 years. I've changed my diet. So when it comes to conception, when it comes to being able to conceive with ease, it does take more than diet and exercise. Diet and exercise is something you do when you want to lose weight. I'm not saying don't change your diet and exercise. Please do. It's very important. But more is needed to be done when we're dealing with fertility, okay? And you're talking to somebody that's helped many women, some of who went through years of infertility, have a child. One of our most recent clients, 41 years old, just had a baby in January. We have her full story. If you go to the link in my bio, my client case study, her full story is there. How she worked with me for 6 months. If you're on YouTube, a client case study, read her full story. 41, just had a baby. She was years of infertility, okay? If we're not producing healthy eggs, that means there's not a healthy environment in the body, okay? That means that there's not a healthy environment in the body. I had all check done as well as everything normal. Everything's not normal if we're not conceiving, okay? Everything's not normal if we're not conceiving. Okay, so back to Maria. How to maintain your weight if you're healing your fibroids. Bulk up your meals, because when women change, a lot of women I see, when they change their diet, they start eating less. I'm like, no, still eat enough to make yourself full. Still eat a lot, but bulk up your meals, right? More vegetables in your meals, so hopefully that makes sense, right? And start working out. Start doing a little bit of weightlifting, right? That's gonna help as well, maintain your weight, okay? Any other questions? Also, fibroids can also obstruct the uterus, causing issues with infertility, okay? That's another thing too. That was my client too that just had a baby recently. She had fibroids. We dissolved her fibroids. You want to be at your optimum level of health when you're trying to get pregnant. And that's not, like I said, if you have fibroids, you're not at your optimum level of health. So we have to work towards getting the body back in balance, right? Dissolving the fibroids so that you can have the best outcome. Okay, that's what I help women do as well in my Detoxify Your Womb program. So fibroids can obstruct the uterus, causing issues with fertility. So you have to realize that you don't want your baby growing in there with fibroids. I'm be honest with you, you don't want that. You don't want that, right? It's not feasible. Any good resources for meal ideas? I do have a womb wellness grocery shopping list in my description box, but also too, the fibroid healing vaults, that will get you right for the meal ideas, okay? That will get you right. But if you just want a grocery shopping list, I have a womb healing grocery shopping list. The link is in my description box, okay? Another thing too is the emotional, and we talked about this earlier, the emotional impact of large fibroids. If you have large fibroids, it's very stressful. It's not easy. It's very stressful. And there's a lot of anxiety, and this is worsening the fibroids too, you know, FYI. And it's almost a diminished quality of life because it becomes the fibroids start running the show. You're not running the show. The fibroids are running the show. They're running the body. It's almost like your body does not belong to you. You have these foreign things in your body. So it's really important. You guys have to get rid of this stuff. You cannot continue to live life, operate in this plane with fibroids. You just can't. You will literally be consistently and continuously at your working at a 50% capacity or even lower. You're not working at your full capacity when you have fibroids, especially if it's huge. Yeah, especially if it's huge. I've been there. It's stressful. It's like you think about it every day because it's just there. It's causing, like a lot of times when your fibroids are large, they're causing issues. They're getting in the way of your day. It's not just with your period. It's also an everyday thing, right? So does yoni steaming help fibroids? I'm not gonna say it doesn't. However, I'm not saying natural remedies are great, right? But it doesn't help get to the root cause of the problem. It doesn't help get to the root cause of the problem. So natural remedies are great, but you want to get to the roots because we're not trying to just continue to just have this be an issue, right? We're trying to get rid of it at the root so that we don't get another fibroid next year or we don't have other reproductive health issues. I see a lot of women, they're kind of like in this thing of natural remedies. And I've seen, listen, a lot of women have tried natural remedies. It has not worked for fibroids. I mean, especially when it comes to yoni steaming, it has not worked for fibroids. But you don't want to become in this loop of just continuously doing these natural remedies. You're just scratching the surface and you're never getting to the root of the issue, okay? So I'm not saying it's bad. You can do it, but you can't just do that and that's it. No, we have to like get to the root of the fibroids, right? Yoni steaming is not getting to the roots. Is not getting to the root. You need to purchase the course. Yes, listen. And if you guys, we do have a link for women that want to purchase the course, on Klarna, Afterpay, or Affirm. If you go to where the course is, scroll down, you'll see a link where if you want to purchase using a third-party payment option, Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, there you go. So that there's no excuse, right? I want y'all to get this course because after 20th, it's no longer gonna be sold. And after the 14th, it's not gonna be on pre-sale anymore, okay? So any other questions? We have to get rid of these fibroids. We gotta get rid of these fibroids. So how do we avoid large, large fibroids, our fibroids getting larger? Take action early. I don't care if they're 1 centimeter, take action. Stop waiting until they grow before we do something about them. I want more and more women to stop doing that. Now, if you're already at the point they've grown, then you can only take action from now, right? Of course. But stop waiting until things get so bad until you take action. Take action as soon as you find out. Even most women should be trying to prevent them, but that's a whole other conversation, right? Address the root cause early. Don't wait, right? Implement a protocol on how, do not just go from natural remedy to natural remedy to natural remedy. Implement a full-fledged protocol that's gonna help you target the fibroids at their roots, okay? Target the fibroids at their root, okay? And how long would it take to reduce? It depends on the person. It depends on the person, how long they've been dealing with fibroids, the amount of fibroids, the amount of inflammation and toxicity in their body. I don't like to give a time, but if you do the work and you know what you're doing, it works, period. Because if you create a healthy environment in the body, fibroids can't exist. They can't last in that environment long. So they start to shrivel up, okay? How do we know when things are working? I'm guessing less symptoms, yes. So you see it in your cycle for most women. Does coffee make it grow? Yes. You'll see it, caffeine is horrible for fibroids. You'll see it in your systems, your menstrual cycle, sorry. You'll see your menstrual cycle is getting a lot more pleasant, a lot better, less bleeding, okay? The time of your menstrual cycle was shortened. you'll start to have no more than 3 to 4 day cycles. It shouldn't be more than 3 to 4 days. If you have other symptoms, other period symptoms, they will dissolve. You'll start to feel just an overall sense of wellness and lightness as well. If you have a fibroid belly, you'll see it start to go down and decrease rapidly and and soften up. Okay, so that's important. Oh, I didn't know about caffeine. Yeah, caffeine. Yes. Replace the coffee with herbal teas, ladies. You don't need coffee. I know it's an addiction. The U.S. loves to, how can I say this? They loves to push things that are not good for us, like processed foods, coffee, alcohol. They do that for a reason, but that's a whole other conversation. Coffee is life. No, it's not. It's death. It's not life. This is why everybody have a high blood pressure. Everybody's anxious. It's not life. What about matcha? As long as it doesn't have caffeine, it's fine. Is kale good to eat? Kale's great. Kale's great. Gave up coffee now. I have to give up matcha, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Listen, and this is why I said earlier, if you have fibroids, more than likely, well, no, this is it. You haven't been making yourself a priority in your life. You've been the last priority. So if you're eating things that you know is not good for you, and you talking about its life, and you talking about it, you putting so much importance on things that are outside of you, that's the problem. Why do we put so much importance on things outside of us, right? You should be giving your body life, right? You should be giving your body, pouring life into yourself. We can't just look at things outside of ourselves, alcohol, coffee, even sex, things outside of ourselves, and say it's life. No, it's not. It's not. We are the life. Okay, and you should be feeding yourself life, things that are going to heal you and help you, not things that are that's going to, like I said, cause issues in your body. Okay, any other questions? Any questions about food or drinks? We have the Womb Wellness grocery shopping list. Is it on the site? I'm not sure, but I know that it's in the description box if you're on YouTube. So if you are on TikTok and you can't find it on my site, go to YouTube, the YouTube channel, go to the live section. You'll see this video. And go to the description box and get our Womb Wellness grocery shopping list, okay? I don't want to make this about food. But anyway, large fibroids, I would get some guidance. If you have fibroids that are over 8 centimeters, if you have calcified fibroids, get some guidance. If you can't work with somebody, and I'm not saying it has to be me, it doesn't have to be me. But if you can't work with somebody, at least get guidance on the proper way of how to get rid of these fibroids. Don't just be out here trying to wing it. When you have large fibroids, this is your uterus we're talking about, right? This is your uterus we're talking about. Don't be out here just trying to wing it, trying random things. Women have been doing that for years and still have the issue, okay? So get to the root. That's, Nikita, that's a natural remedy. It's not getting to the root cause of the problem, okay? So does the fibroid ever come out? Sometimes, or does it just dissolve? Some people it may come out. It depends. Depends on if it's growing from a stalk, it could do that. It depends on the person. My clients typically have them dissolve. So yeah, for me they dissolved. Okay, so and I went back and got the ultrasound. And the first time they shrunk. The second time I got the ultrasound, a year later they were gone. So it depends on the person and their fibroid. All right. So that's pretty much it, ladies. Check out the Advanced Fibroid Healing Vaults. It's on pre-sale. Friday's the last day. It's $300. Friday's the last day. You can use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. There's a link for that. If you go to go to my description box. Go to my if you're on TikTok, go to my bio. You'll see, if you scroll down, you'll see the link to use and click on the Advanced Fibroid Healing Vaults. Okay. Everything that you need to get rid of fibroids is there. It's an amazing vault put together, and it won't be sold after the 20th. And after Friday, it will go to its regular price, $497. Okay. So does anybody have any last questions before I go? I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please understand and know that your body is very powerful. I always say this: it's a self-healing mechanism. Your body wants to heal. Your body wants to dissolve these fibroids. Your body does not want this stuff, these foreign objects in you. But you got to work with your body and support your body in order to do that. And I don't care how bad your situation is, all hope is not lost. And if we have to stop believing that and saying that to ourselves, because that will become our reality. All hope, as long as you're still alive, it's never lost. Do the work and get rid of your fibroids. Okay? So Maria, get the Womb Wellness. I'm tired of asking about food. Get the Womb Wellness. I have a grocery shopping list. Get that, okay? Any tips to keep motivated through the healing journey? Oh, that's a good one. Will the Fibroid Healing Vault have retired content? Yes, it does. It has content that's not sold. That's in the portal for my clients. Yeah. So that what was I gonna say? You have access to that forever. When you buy the vault, you have this yours forever, but it's only gonna be sold for so long. So yeah, it has stuff that we don't sell anywhere. So you might want to get it. Oh, you've already gotten it, but I'm just saying everybody else, you may want to get it. Any tips to keep motivated through the healing journey? Absolutely. I would honestly, get people around you that support your journey. If they don't support your journey, this is because it's hard when you're doing this by yourself and you have people around you that's talking against you. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Why, get in communities as well that are also on the same journey. I always say work with somebody too. We have group containers so that, but if you cannot do that right now, get with someone. Surround yourself with people that support you. Even if they're not doing the same thing, they at least support you, right? Too many people surround themselves with people that don't support them, that want them to stay low. Stop doing that. Be okay with saying goodbye to some people in your life, right? This is your health, your livelihood we're talking about. Don't play with that. And if somebody talks negatively about what you're doing, have it go in one ear and out the other, right? You have to have tunnel vision and just block everybody out because everybody around you just wants to stay the same a lot of times. You're not going back there, okay? So hope that's helpful. How much is the group container? That Renee, that's the Detoxify Your Womb program. So the link is in my bio for that, okay? We had our 6-week womb healing experience. I remember you messaged me about that. That expired on Monday, okay? Any other questions real quick? I've been on here for about an hour. I have to go. I have to go. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. If you guys did not catch the entire live, it's on YouTube. The link in my bio is my bio. If you're on TikTok, get on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. The link is in my bio. You'll see the sign to subscribe. You'll see the sign, the YouTube symbol. Click on it. Subscribe. Okay, because TikTok will go away. They said April 5th they're banning it again. We don't know if it'll be permanent. We don't know if we don't know. But just in case, get on YouTube. Get on my email list. Okay, as well. Okay, download the free. We have a free essential womb healing checklist. Download that. It's free. No excuses. You're welcome. How many of you guys enjoy the live? So everybody have a good one. Bye TikTok. Bye YouTube.